Hello and welcome to the first episode of Juggle Jabber. I'm at Circolo Festival in the Netherlands and I'm about to meet with Marco Bonisimo.
Juggle Jabber.
Hi, my name is Daniel and this is Juggle Jabber, the program where I interview European jugglers about their expertise. Thank you so much for joining me in this first episode. I'm excited to start, but first there's a couple things that I wanted to share with you. This weekend there will be 3 episodes online of Juggle Jabber and in the future there will be more, but posted at a slower pace. To improve the future ones, I can use all kinds of feedback, so please leave a comment somewhere or write me an email at hello@danielsimu.com, and if you send me one I'll reply for sure. Also, did you know that you can watch the video version of this on YouTube, but you can also just listen to the audio on SoundCloud, so if you prefer to listen only while you're driving or working, or if you prefer to see me, check out the other options. And at last you can find us on Facebook, where you can like and then you find all the updates for future episodes and stuff and other news I might have to share. This program was made possible by the IJA, who generously offered to sponsor me, so thank you very much. In this episode I'll be talking to Marco Bonisimo. Marco is a Dutch juggler who's known for his football or soccer juggling, which he's been doing for a long time. He's been a professional performer for over 20 years, but still posts weekly videos on Facebook and Instagram with new tricks, which I find very inspiring. We talk about how he started to perform and to juggle, which is a truly amazing story. I was so surprised. We talk about Guinness World Records and how to break them, and the joy of juggling in general. Everything that we talk about and all the names mentioned and stuff, you can check them out later in the description below. There's also time cues, so if you want to jump back and forth, you're free to do so. I'm sorry, but the sound quality of this interview is not quite perfect. We were in a very noisy room and at the time I didn't have the proper equipment to cancel out the noise. But I promise that future episodes will be better and I hope that you can enjoy it nonetheless. Now sit back and enjoy and listen to the amazing conversation with Marco Bonisimo.
Ja.
Trouwens, ik ben wel benieuwd beginnen.
Ja,
Want we switchen in Engels.
Ja, we doen het in Engels.
Ik was ook van plan al veel eerder to switch to English, so that my mind is going to English.
Oh, no problem.
So,
we can switch anytime.
We can switch anytime. So we're gonna start all the way again, pretend like nothing of this happened.
Nothing of this happened. Well, good morning.
Good morning, welcome Marco. Cheers, what are we drinking today?
This is hot chocolate. This is really good for winter time. Nice weather, but I love this drink.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
It's also one of my favorites.
Yeah,
so
cool.
So it's been really nice here. We're at Circolo Festival and you are performing here with, I think, 2 different shows, right?
Yeah, it's 2 different shows. Yeah, it's excellent. Actually, it doesn't happen so often. You're with 2 shows on one spot. But, really cool. One small performance with a friend of mine, Duo Diesel, and with the company Tent we perform the performance free.
Yeah, I think I've seen Duo Diesel 3 years ago, but now it's something new, or?
Well, we change things all the time a little bit, and because actually we have a theater performance which is almost 1 hour long, and it's based on sketches, so we're really flexible. And now we have almost half an hour performance with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
And 3 is with Tent Company.
Yeah.
There's 3 guys.
3 guys.
What do you do?
Well, I juggle because I like juggling. And there's some other guys doing some other stuff, which is not so interesting.
Okay.
No, it's not true. I hope not.
Yeah.
But there's a Chinese ball and one Chinese ball artist and acrobatic bass and one juggler, and together we try to help each other out and make a performance.
And then the bass is basing you too?
Yeah, in the three-man's high,
okay.
Which is excellent. I always wanted to do a three-man high.
On the top?
No, I'm in the middle.
Oh.
Which the top is nice, but I think for me the middle is more interesting.
It's harder work.
It's harder work, yeah.
It's easy.
Well, you just have to trust on top.
I've always dreamed of being on top. I've never have been, but as a middle of the bass, I do quite well.
Oh, you do quite a lot actually. I've seen you also on some YouTube films. Yeah.
But not yet on top.
No. Well, we should try once.
Yes. You as a middle, and then what's his name again?
Jirin.
Jirin.
The bass.
Jirin is the bass.
Also a good juggler, by the way. He used to be a juggler and changed into an acrobat at the circus school.
Yes, I think he was doing contact and stab or something like this.
Yeah, but also his normal juggling, old school juggling.
Okay.
He has a good level.
Speaking of juggling, because you are of course a juggler mostly still. You consider yourself a juggler?
Yeah, I think I'm a juggler. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you
Although I also realized that because back then when I started juggling, it was very difficult to get access to different tricks, and so for us to juggle 7 balls or 5 clubs, there was like you were a juggling god. And nowadays it starts when you juggle 5 clubs and you juggle 7 balls. So things have changed a bit.
And then you also did wire walking back then already, and now.
Well,
you
I
do
went.
theater.
No, not really. I didn't start. Well, maybe we should start.
Yeah,
at the
start.
beginning.
When did you start then?
Well, because I was at studying at the University of Delft. I did civil engineering, and we had a lecture about pebble size in concrete. And well, for me that was the drip that made the bucket
Overflow. Yes.
Yeah, so I quit directly. I went home, and I was a bit disappointed as well, because I wanted. Well, I went to secondary school and I wanted to go to university, and apparently it was not for me, something like that. My grandmother, because I was living with my grandmother back then, asked me, "What do you want to do then? What do you want to do in life?" And I had no idea, but I really enjoyed doing. We had a theater play at secondary school, cabaret, which is like some kind of comedy play, which is very popular in the Netherlands, and I really enjoyed that. So I thought maybe do something with theater, and I painted my face white and went on the street and tried to do some statue, which was too boring for me. So then I started playing with the people, and I really enjoyed that. And I think after 3 hours of playing, I had like 7 guilders back then, which is 7 guilders, which is like €4.5.
Yes.
I was really happy because I really made that money. That all the things I did, it was there. It was very concrete. And my grandmother, she said, "Well, if you are going to work on the street, that's okay, but you have to learn some proper skills." So she bought me 3 juggling balls, and I started to practice juggling, and I had no idea how to do it. So it took me 2 weeks, and then I realized this must be the juggling pattern. So then I could do it.
Which was a cascade.
Yeah, which was a cascade.
Okay, and then you started with a shower, and you're like, "This is the juggling pattern."
No, I started with somehow I realized that you had to juggle with 2 hands and throw.
And this is how long ago, your first juggling?
That I was 19 years old, so that is 25 years ago.
And you're still juggling now?
Yeah, I love juggling. I juggle almost every day.
Yeah, because that's why you're back on my radar, because you post all these videos online of training all the time. And like, how can after 25 years you still be motivated to? I have to push myself sometimes, and I think in 10 years I'll be, I don't know, touring around with an easy show. But you're still doing the work.
Well, I think if you stay interested in what you do, it's not so hard. It's not it's not a challenge for me at all to juggle. I love to do physical work. I love to work out a little bit, and I also like to challenge myself, and I think juggling is excellent for that, because there is also, because I just said about this 7 ball and 5 club thing. Of course, I know I'm not. Well, I have my limits, and I'm not 16 years old. I'm not 18 years old. I will not improve as quick as some younger jugglers. But there is so many things you can try, like the balancing stuff, the bouncing stuff. other skills like kendama. I hate it. But I mean, it is such a wide range of, and actually it's very funny because some of you might know him. His name is Winston Plaus. He's a very he doesn't juggle anymore. He turned into a poet. He comes from Manchester, and he was one of the first teachers I met, and also used to teach together with him. And he was not this juggler that was just doing numbers, and he already went in. He called it equilibristic, which was very funny. But he was doing all these manipulations like you are doing with rings and balancing and spinning a ball and it was.
And also what you were doing now.
Yeah, but that was really refreshing actually, and
even
also
at the time.
Yeah, he opened my mind in a way. He showed me that there is more possible than just do because back then also this is incredible. I mean, it must be unbelievable for many of you, but we didn't have side swap. I mean, it existed probably, but nobody knew side swaps. We just juggled. Mm-hmm. And so this was a new thing. We had a very short workshop about side swap, and I really liked the idea because I was still interested in. I was at a technical university, so I liked math a lot. So also side swap I liked a lot, but it was so vague. I couldn't make anything of it. So
yeah, and then to start without video reference material.
Of course,
no
yeah.
DVD.
No, and then after a while I went to the circus school, the Hoogte in Leeuwarden, which was a private school. 2 acrobats were running it. I was the first student, and when I started, the only student, which was really funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I started alone, and then after 2-3 days there was a boss, still a good friend of mine, very hippie-like, and he opened the door because he wanted to see what was inside this building, and he looked around and he said, "Whoa, this looked like a playground." Wow, he was a bit stoned probably, I don't know, but he sounded very stoned, and it was so funny, and he asked if he could also join, and I was so happy that there was someone else going to train, but he could not do anything. I mean, I could, back then I went to the circuit, I could already juggle a bit of 7 balls, and I knew how to start 5 clubs, and so for me also did already wire walking and all. Because I've been practicing a lot at the children's circus in Amsterdam where I've been teaching. So yeah, I already knew something. But then we were together for 3 months.
Were there teachers, or how did this space organize itself?
Well, it's funny because they were acrobats and they were not teachers, and I think during the years they got a bit better at teaching, but they were artists, and that was they had this idea that it should be accessible for other people to become an artist as well, and it was very difficult, so they wanted to keep it very cheap. It was 300 guilders a month, which is nothing.
For private education?
No, it's nothing for private education. And then we had 4 hours classes every day. And then afternoon I went to the town hall, which was very big, and I juggled inside for another 2 hours. So I had like 6 hours of training every day. And well, I did that for a couple of years, 3 years, then I quit. But also because only 2 teachers is not enough, so in the end it became a bit difficult. We had some arguments, and now we get along very well. I mean,
you still know them?
Yeah, I still know them. It's very nice to
They're also still artists, or?
No. Retired very much, and yeah. But I mean, I still feel blessed that I got the opportunity to study with them. Back then there was not a circus school like in Tilburg, or there was one in Berlin, there was one in
the Stadlich,
Brussels.
The support behind the border.
Yeah, also.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, and also I was getting there. I was really getting into becoming an artist, but I was not sure yet. So this was a good opportunity. It was still safe in Holland. And, yeah, great.
And besides the lack of inspiration, how does juggling now compare to juggling then? Like now you said you progress less fast. So what drives you to go back into the thing? And did you go through these phases of diving into something, or what changed?
There was once this sentence of a yogi, and he says, "I do yoga every day, and the secret to keep doing it is somehow to every day find your limits of the day." So I never thought of it before I read that sentence, but I think that is also what I'm doing. I start juggling because it just feels good. It gives me time to think, gives me time to be fake, get rooted. To be a human. I feel human by juggling, and of course you also have these goals that you wanted to achieve. Well, at the moment I'm working on this new Guinness World Record thing, which is I think too difficult for me still, but I'm going for it anyway. And this is also, it's not a nice way of training, because then you push yourself a bit too much, and you start to feel your body a bit in a different way. And
you want to tell what it is?
Yeah, it's no problem. I can tell you. Yeah, it's in November. There is this Guinness World Record Day, and I'm going to try to break the 5 basketball world record.
Juggling the longest time.
Yeah, which is like 52 seconds, and I broke it a couple of times during training, but it's not solid enough. So
yeah, and then you have to do it on this day. You get a couple of attempts, or
yeah, of course you could. I mean,
but
there is
after the first attempt, it's gonna.
Oh, you get so tired and so.
What's the weight of a basketball?
I don't know, but it's heavy
compared to a football.
Yeah, it's more heavy, and also the fact that it's bigger.
It's still larger.
Yeah, so you get tired, and there is less space. With the football, you can still correct a lot. For me, it's like a small ball now. It feels also because I practice a lot with the basketballs. It feels so much smaller, and yeah, after 30 seconds it starts. Then you get like this feeling of getting sour in your body, and so actually, I'm a bit afraid that I will not break the record.
November is soon, huh?
But then again, it was nice because the football juggling became a lot more light and easy. So it's okay. I mean, failure is also okay. Although
that's it.
Although I would really love to break it, of course. And it's a day on a school, so there is like they made some event of it, because I was invited to break it, which is also excellent. It's really nice.
It is.
So we also made up another record, which I will definitely break if I don't break my arms. Okay. So at least one record will be broken, but this is not so interesting. It's like a free basketball record, and it's still vacant, so it means...
So it's the longest juggle of free basketball?
Yeah, but it means I have to do a minimum of 10 minutes.
Okay, and then you're the first to have done it.
Yeah, so this is just nice to make a little success for the day.
But for this kind of organization, they want to play it safe also. So.
Yeah, but for me it's not a challenge at all, and I don't really... I mean, if I break the 5 basketball record, I don't think I will do the 3 balls anymore, because it's not so interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I was going to be tired.
Yeah.
But usually you're a soccer ball juggler.
Yeah.
But this is actually I thought it would be nice to show the people who are not here in the room also, as my laptop's still working. So I just downloaded the clip of you doing this, but my laptop it's starting. While we're watching this, they can also watch this.
Yeah.
And
cool.
It's like it goes on. It's like I'm not sure if it's definitely not just a juggling skill, but also you work out for this. It goes on and on and on. Like,
no, but I think if you keep working, then doing is the best workout there is.
Mm-hmm.
And also, of course, I also, since I'm getting a bit older, so I have to be a bit more careful with my body.
Still going, huh?
Yeah, still going. Yeah, This was one of the. This was now I have different balls. I bought different balls. This was one of the first weeks that I seriously tried to work on the 5 basketball record. So this is yeah. And you see, because usually after filming something, I'm happy because it's an achievement. But I was so tired, so I can't really laugh. But it is really tiring.
So you then do one long run, or you do 10 minutes of long runs, or?
No, I try to feel what my body wants, which I don't know if it's right, but I try to feel, and I also try to, because you have these pyramid ways of doing it, like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, back 30, or 5 rows of 30 seconds, or try to get them in the air 10 times, like in a good way, and then start again, not
so just a flash, or?
Yeah, a bit more, like 15 throws and then stop. And once in a while I try to see where I am, to see if I'm
okay. So this is a rare attempt.
Yeah. This was really in the beginning. We were still talking about, is it possible, is it not, and then I thought, well, it's possible, but it's really hard to get the extra seconds. The pattern is a lot better already, but it's really hard to stay. And probably I should work out for this. But maybe I will next year. Try again.
Try again. Yeah. And is there a record for soccer juggling? I couldn't find one. I thought.
Well, it's really funny because we have. I share the world record, the Guinness Records.
It's just about if you can juggle over 1 minute, right?
No, there is 10 seconds even.
10 seconds. If you juggle over 10 seconds
then
with 5 soccer balls.
Yeah, in an official attempt.
Of course.
And I share it with Victor Rubilar, which is also a very well-known football juggler from a long time ago. And this is bad. His name. This is from the Canary Islands. Get his name. Sorry, I forgot your name. Oh damn.
Well, we're gonna come back.
Isidrio is he's a very nice guy as well. Very good juggler. He's working on 7 soccer balls right now, and I think he will make it. Actually,
I've seen a video of 7 volleyballs, I think.
Yeah.
But you can still hold the volleyballs upside down. That makes a lot of difference in the control.
It makes a lot of difference, yeah. But he's working on it. I think he will make it, and we share it. And I also did an attempt. And I also hold the record of juggling the longest. I juggled exactly 1 minute with 5 soccer balls.
Okay.
But it's very hard to find it in the list.
The system of the Guinness is weird anyway.
It's a bit, but it's also a lot. I mean, it's a big organization, and there's so many records. I also understand, and I think the biggest benefit of Guinness is that it is a way to how you say to challenge people to try things, to be different, to stand out of which makes life more colorful. And I also realized that, I mean, I hold the 5 soccer ball world record, but it doesn't make any sense because there is 15 or 20 people in the world that can do 5 soccer balls. So I'm not. I mean, I like what I do, and I'm very proud of what I do. But it's not like, I don't consider it as the best in the world. I consider it as the best I could at that time, in front of an audience.
Yeah.
And I did good. And this is what I'm going to try again. Basketballs, there's not so many people doing it.
I can imagine.
No, but I know a few, and I also know a few that are around 45 seconds, 50 seconds in their personal best. So if they really want, they could also force themselves probably to try. So
Well, they hopefully will after your attempt.
I hope so too. Yeah, because that also makes life a bit more
But
interesting.
I figured it's quite hard to organize all the gizmo around setting a record. So even once you break it in training a couple times,
Yeah,
to go for an actual attempt
yeah, it makes
It's
it's a bit of effort, but
makes sense. I mean,
yeah.
they also have to check and
Yeah, I was always afraid of it, and then a friend of mine invited me to do a record attempt at his children's circus open day. I thought, okay,
read
let's
about
organize this together, and it's also a good. I mean,
promotion event. Yeah.
yeah, it's not for me. It's just let's help each other a bit, and that was okay. That's cool. And for now, this is crazy. I'm invited to do this attempt. So crazy.
Yeah, once you have one record, they'll think you can break any, right?
Yeah, well, maybe not, but no, but it's really nice. I mean, this is the company that is uitgeverij. What's the word for
Produce no.
well, for the
Publisher.
they make publisher of the books of the Dutch Guinness World Record
Okay.
book. And they invited me, and they organized a venue at a school on Guinness World Record Day. So,
Sweet.
yeah, it's sweet. I like it. But why footballs? I have another story. I have another story, and I think this is also a reason. One of the reasons why I'm still juggling. Because I juggled, and I was living at my grandmother's place, and then I started to live in squatted houses, occupied houses, and I moved to Amsterdam to study Theaterwissenschaft, theater science, which I still don't really know what it exactly is, but it was very good to read many plays and to think about how to present yourself on stage, how to read a stage, what is possible, and we also did some light design courses. So it has been very helpful in my career, and because it was not so intense, or for me not so intense, because I didn't push myself really hard on the studying, I had time to go to the Vondelpark every day to practice, where I saw Michiel Hesseling juggling, which was also a very big name from the old school jugglers, and he also used to be in the same class as my brother, which I didn't know at that time. But my brother was also juggling, my half brother, in the Vondelpark with these small hacky sacks, these small footbags, and he was very good actually. He also made it to second place in the European Championships once, and he was very much into it. And there was like a little scene.
The European Hacky Sack Championship.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just thinking.
What is it? No.
The Hacky Sack Championship.
And he was really into it. He was every day in the Vondelpark with this group of people. His name Taco, and Torben Wigger also came by many times because he's also very
The Danish ball maker.
the Danish ball maker. He was also a good player.
Okay.
More a clown, but a really nice player as well. Really nice to play with. But the first time I was in the Vondelpark and I saw my half brother, I thought I saw my father, which I didn't really know. I knew him, but I only seen him like 6 times in my life or 7 times. Not so often. He was a friend of my mother, and my mother wanted to be bewust ongehuwd, so she didn't want to marry. She wanted to raise a child on her own. She was one of these hardcore feminists, which I respect, but it gave me lots of troubles in the rest of my life. So please take your responsibility if you take children. But
you didn't know you had a half brother.
no,
then.
not at all. And I knew I had a father, and I also knew my father died. We went to his funeral because he was one of the famous. He was the raiser of the student union in the Netherlands, and quite a famous journalist. So I saw on the news that he died, and which is crazy.
Yes.
To see on the news that your father died is it's hilarious. I don't know what to say about it. It was just hilarious. And then in the Vondelpark, I thought I saw my father or the spirit of my father or whatever. I was too confused to think properly. But Taco started to speak in English to me, so I thought it's okay. He's just from somewhere else. It's okay, no problem. And he thought the same. He thought I was a juggler from somewhere else, from abroad, just another juggler in the family. And then there was this guy, and he started to talk with me, and he started to talk about my life, and he said, oh, it's funny, this story, Taco told me this story 2 weeks ago. And then I realized that, because I knew my father had 2 sons, I realized that he must have been my half-brother. So I went to look him up again in the Vondelpark, which I managed.
Yeah, well,
and then
still juggle.
And then I asked, is your father Tom? And he said yes. Then I think I'm your half brother. And then we were just there in front of the small lake with the fountain. We were sitting there the rest of the day, like, well, what, you know, being quiet, being, well, confused, whatever. We had one good thing, we could play all the time, so we could play with the ball and we didn't have to communicate so much. And it turned out I had another half brother, which I knew, but his full brother, which is 9 months older than me, Jirin. And together with Jirin, I also started to juggle, and we made shows, and that was great. We lived in the same houses for a long time, and I met my sister.
Who's also juggling?
Well, she can juggle, but she's not a juggler.
Yeah, because Jirin is really performing still.
Yeah, Jirin is still performing. Yeah, but she didn't. But she was also a lot younger. I was 21, 22, and she was 12. But we went together on a holiday, and I started living in a normal house together with Jirin, above my sister's house and her mother, which is that was also awesome. So we had like the family back, yeah, somehow it was my family back. And of course, because I still have another half brother, which I shared my mother with. So all in all, now we're 5. For me, we're 5, which is like a big family. And I always had the feeling I had a lack of family. It's nice to be in a big family now.
So you said this was the reason you started with the football?
Well, because of the hacky sack, we played a lot of hacky sack, and then I started to perform with hacky sacks. I had this trick that I could skip a rope and do hacky sack and juggle 4 balls and then put one on the foot, which were still, I think they're nice tricks. But if you are on a stage, people cannot really, they have some trouble seeing the balls. And I thought, if you take the bigger balls, it becomes more interesting. And I also realized, if you don't have a very nice stage and good lighting, small balls are really difficult to see as a performer. And in that sense, big balls also help you.
Oh, you impressed me a lot with this. You were in the opening show of the EGC Karlsruhe 2008.
Yeah.
And we were watching the stage outside, and there was the full sun in your face. You were juggling 5 footballs there.
Yeah.
It was no problem, but of course with the big balls you can still see them even if you close your eyes almost.
That was such an amazing event as well. For me, it was one of the
5,000
biggest things.
jugglers in your audience.
Yeah, and some more people in the back. It was crazy, and also because there was my first real big event, like really big event. Also, just the jugglers. It was like being in a trip. I remember going back to the dressing room after, because it was a very clean performance as well. I was
It was
pretty solid, and I was back in the dressing room and I started to cry because I don't know, emotions had to go somewhere. It was really something. It was crazy. Yeah, it was. I think it maybe because I was so scared, I was really good. Maybe because that can happen. Or if I don't care at all, I can be very good. Or if I'm so scared, I'm so tense, I can also be very good. And somewhere in between is dangerous.
Yeah, you experience it all when you do different shows.
Yeah.
When you quickly look at the time, we're already talking for half an hour. You have some more time because this is really going on a roll. I have so much more
well,
to.
I have to see. What time is it?
Yeah, check. Press it. It's 20 past 11.
Okay, let's have another 10 minutes and then I really go because then I need to warm up.
I have one more specific thing.
Yeah.
The popularity of the soccer ball juggling, the football juggling, because you mentioned there's 15 people around the world, but I know already 4 in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
How did that come concentrated here?
I don't know. It's just a lucky guess. No, I don't know. 15.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know any international, like, hardly any. I know one in Belgium, and the two you just.
Yeah, but I think there is a reason for it because of the big balls, and we are a bit taller in the Netherlands, so I also think we have bigger hands.
That reminds me. You said the bigger hands in another interview, and I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Can you? It's like.
Yeah.
Are they really bigger than mine? Because you said bigger than most jugglers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because you said it, I think, on some news channel or something.
Yeah, it was just after the Dutch Championships. There was this Hoogte TV had like a nice interview with me. It was also really nice, and I think it really helps, of course, because you cannot really catch a soccer ball. At least I'm not really catching a football. I
just hold it.
I hold it, and it's not balancing it but you would not hold it like this. You can, but then you have to squeeze. So it's like a little bit of balance, maybe. I don't know. So the bigger it is, the easier, of course.
So then the tall Dutch jugglers have a natural advantage on.
Yeah.
Which is why you're going to set the basketball world records.
Well, yes.
When's that again? What's the date?
17th of November.
17th of November.
Yeah.
Probably this won't be published by then, so then
Then it will
I'll
be
already
nice.
know. Then I'll put somewhere like record juggler, once again record juggler.
Yeah,
Marco
or
Bonisimo.
failure, big failure.
No, because I'll just talk about the 3 basketball.
It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's also, this is really something. I think juggling is also interesting because it's like keeping, well, metaphorically, it's keeping the balls up and this is something we all do. And in keeping the balls up, we fail. Is that a problem? I don't think it's a problem. I think it's good because this is the moment, and I think this is really true. This is not just a stupid business talk. I think if you drop or if you fail, that's the moment where you can actually learn. If you realize what went wrong, you can learn new things. You can grow, and if you just do it, I think this is also a reason why I'm still juggling after 25 years. Because if you pick up and you do it, it's not interesting, and if you have to work for it, it's more interesting.
Yeah, this applies to anything, pretty
Yeah.
much. It's very visual in juggling.
Yeah.
It's good for us.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's very good for us. It gives us also the
Yes,
opportunity to work in businesses and.
Yeah, also, but also easy to keep on motivating yourself to.
Yeah, very
easy to push yourself, easy to set limits,
yeah.
challenges. The list goes on.
And on, and on.
Before I move to my very last question, is there something you wish to still share? Something you haven't told or you want to elaborate on? Or
Well, I think I would love to say to the juggling community in general that I'm really happy that you keep inspiring me as well, because it's I mean, when I started there was no access to tricks and there now you see every day you see so many incredible tricks, and thank you. I really like it. It's you also have these videos now that people are awesome. People are awesome, and we as jugglers we are a very clear example of that. And keep going.
if people want to find out more about you, where should they look?
Well, I have a Dutch website. It's www.balkunstenaar.nl.
I'll write it down. So
Yeah,
you can
thank you.
Look in the description.
Down. Unfortunately it's in Dutch, but you can also send me an email, and I'm happy to talk with you. Or just go to my YouTube or Facebook, which is Marco Bonisimo. Very simple. So And I hope to see you at a convention.
Yeah.
Invite me to your convention, because I love conventions. But I have, very often I have to go to, I have jobs and gigs to do. But invite me so I can make time for the conventions, because I love conventions.
Well, before we're all done, you sit down for a moment. I pick up some stuff.
Ah, cool.
I brought juggling
my
equipment,
God.
so I thought maybe you could show that you really are a juggler. I pick up the camera.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is impro.
Impro.
What is it?
España.
Unexpected. I'm gonna switch this around.
Well,
Show us what you got, Marco.
show us what you got. Well, it's for me. It's a bit hard because I still remember losing from Spain in the European Championships,
Oh.
World Championships. It's terrible. Okay, show me what we've got. Okay, here we go. 1, 2.
Yay.
Good equipment. It's
25
yellow.
years of training
It's
for
yellow
a.
for different objects. You see? Oh my God. I have to improvise now. How do you do this?
As you like.
I'm an old school juggler, you know? Okay.
And now I should have brought you 5 clubs instead.
That would have been a good idea, actually. I'll show you a helicopter.
Yes.
I'll show you another helicopter. No. I don't know.
Okay.
I love juggling. Oh, this is
It's too small.
Not
I use
my
it for bouncing.
equipment.
Thank you so much, Marco. It's been a great pleasure. Good luck preparing for your show now.
Yeah,
I'll
thank
come
you.
watch it and
yeah, cool.
I'll see you around at the festival.
Yeah, cool. Nice you're here. And thanks for the interview.
Thank you for watching this very first episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any feedback at all, please write me on my email hello@danielsimo.com or leave a comment somewhere. And I hope you'll enjoy also future episodes. In episode 2 I'll talk to Luke Burge, and episode 3, also published this weekend, I'll talk to Gregor Kiok. Goodbye!